Hi, this is Ronnie Q. Please join me on Sunday, October 20th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Fall Christmas Centerpiece Creation Contest. All people must be on time for the contest and we must see you create your centerpiece. Please join us. There will be a winner takes all cash app prize given to the best centerpiece. Your centerpiece can be the theme of Simply Fall. It can be Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. Please join us on Sunday, October 20th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. Bye bye. They are rare and they are few. Who can compare with Ronnie Q? So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie in the morning while I'm driving. Ronnie Q. I really come alive when it's time for Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie. Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie. It's time for Ronnie Q.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I've made it, I've made it, I've made it. It is good to see you all in here at Ray Triggs. I saw you, Miss LA. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Southern Nobleman. Hello, hello. Jill's Comfort Zone. Uh, what are you saying about my cat? That poor cat. Wait a minute. That poor cat. Worked night shift, and Ronnie Hugh made him get off work exhausted to shake his hairy behind on that table. Get money, get money, get money. Peace, Ray Triggs. It's good to see you. Good morning, Stomp Down. Grand Rising, Ronnie Hugh mods in chat. That cat is getting down real bad and dropping it. Yes. Good morning, Sunshine. Grand Rising, Z Sarah, Red Wings Hockey. Excellent music. I'm listening to your Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. That's right. Okay, so I obviously you saw my promo commercial. Good morning, Treasure Lane. It is good to see you. So you saw my promo commercial for the fall centerpiece. Um, so we're going to Jar Jar. Good morning, Rose B. Good morning. So we have our competition will be this Sunday. So come out and watch the ladies ladies and gentlemen create a centerpiece with a fall theme. Okay, so if you need more information, you can refer back to my flyers I have on my wall. You can refer back to my promo commercial. I hope to see you guys on the 20th at 5 p.m. Eastern, which is 2 p.m. Pacific time, and which is 4 p.m. Central. So, and if you want to contribute to the prize pot, you can cash at me $ Ronnie Q. Put prize pot in the description box. As of right now, our prize pot winner takes all is over $200 for the winner. Yatanya, Grand Rising, thank you for being here. Newbieology, thank you for being here. Stomp down, you tickle me. I be in them bushes all scratched up. Read. Read. Stomp down, I apologize. I was unavailable to come up yesterday. It was a lot of um, commotion and, you know, background noise where I was. So, um, yeah, it is always interesting to be over at Stomp Downs. Um, so Stomp Down was telling me that someone had uh, decided to turn around after they have been busted lying, uh, being innocent, swearing on everything they love, swearing on everything they love, and did the same thing to multiple people in the beef sector. Where he started with me first, and has swung around and was talking about me yesterday. Okay, do you? I have no energy to give an imbecile that I've told you a year or two ago does all this stuff and then plays innocent. But you guys continue to play with him as if he's a cute little toy and don't see what he does until he does it to you guys. So, you know, have at it. I'm not interested. I'm bored. I'm bored. Okay. Soul Sisters number one, thank you for being here. Um, yeah. So, who did I see yesterday? Oh, who did I see yesterday? Hmm. Oh, I am trying. I did see someone I wanted to talk about. Maybe not. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Yatanya. Happy birthday to you. I hope I didn't ruin that for you. Happy birthday, Yatanya, and many more. Good morning, Grand Rising, Nappy Child, Grand Rising. Okay. Ah, let me see. I'm trying to remember who I was. When I was cooking, YouTube cameras came back on in the evening. And she was talking something about a lesbian panel that was supposed to uh, be coming up or new or something. So uh, now I hadn't heard about this panel. And then who else would be up there talking about this panel? Uh, the big hip, no personality, having ass bitch. And she's going on and on about the panel and that. I hadn't heard anything about this, but it's indicative of her hearing somebody else announce something and then having to announce something similar. So I'm not shocked. And then because I thought this was coming off the King Roman News ODS panel situation. So of course she's opening a lesbian panel. Then QI gets up there and QI starts saying that she had a lesbian panel first. And they get to going back and forth, and so QI is talking about the panel, and she's a content creator and she can create more things. You guys know how QI gets down, and but she wasn't calling names. She was strictly talking about the panel, and I do this work, I do that work, I can do this, and then all of a sudden, here comes the doxing. Here comes QI's real name, real first name out here. Here comes, oh, the VS, and VS said this, so this must be true, and you did this and you did that. And I'm just like, oh God, she's such a bore. She's such a bore. It seems like Jay Dunwood has a lot of personal things that she could say about VS herself, but she thinks that it's she was really getting down, talking about what VS said about QI. But I guess she forgot what VS said and did about herself. So it was just like she thought she was really serving the children. I I I Ciao. Bye. Anyway, so there was that. I mean, I don't see do you guys have any questions? Any questions? No questions. Okay. Is that Tashi? Good morning, Tashi. That was last night. They were talking about the same ish 10 minutes. Yeah, that was last night. I didn't see anything 10 minutes ago. I was setting up, but I did not see anything 10 minutes ago. So uh, it's just fruitless. I mean, what is there to talk about? Uh, it's just hogwash. Hogwash. So that's all I have to say about that. So, who else? Okay, that's what I heard Stomp Down talking about. That's what I heard last night. I don't think I was over at ODS's. I don't recall. He was just chit chatting off the fly and stuff. I don't have respect for anybody who reaches for people deceased relatives, their kids, people's health issues. It is very low vibrational and wicked. Um, you know, uh, it's just really beyond me and beneath me, and that's all I got to say about any of that. So, you know, some people feel so small that that's what they have to do to try to have a big impact on you, but it only impacts them and how they are perceived, and that's just my position on the whole situation. It's just crazy, so I think QI was trying to argue on the merits of her YouTube existence. I like if you're trying to measure your worth off of your YouTube existence, um, you want you may want to get a better metric. That's all I'm saying. Nappy Child says 100. Thank you. Okay, so, huh? James did go live, but I think that was a review. I think I did. James went live the day before yesterday. Was the read? Okay, so now, is is there? Now I'm gonna be like somebody who said who I is there somebody or a live that you guys remember that you want to talk about? Because right now that's all I remember coming out of the beef sector. Oh, the wig challenge. Oh, well, the real challenge. Let's do the real challenge first. Also, on this Saturday, uh, Very Carey is having a finish the lyric contest. It is for a cash prize as well, and where she will play a song, and you will have to complete the lyrics. The next lyrics. So whoever has the highest score will be winning a cash. I think it's only one Cash App. Don't quote me. I think they will be winning the entire Cash App. Don't quote me. But they will definitely be the winner of the large Cash App. So if you don't have Very Carey's link, I have no mods over here. I don't believe. So let me try to find her link, and I'll drop her link. If you're not subscribed to Very Carey, she does a lot of these fun shows. So you may want to subscribe to her. She does karaoke. She does these type of shows often, and they're quite fun. So if you are not subscribed to Very Carrie, here is the link to her channel. Uh, there is a flyer on my community wall with the time of her challenge. So go over there and check out Very Carrie. Here you go. Here's the link. I don't know Tommy. I only know Tommy from Stomp Down because they have a little tiff, but I've never seen a Tommy video. I did see Tommy wrapped in the aluminum foil. I did go over there to see him wrapped in the aluminum foil. There's some page, YouTube. Z Sarah, do you remember the name of that page that is out and making little shorts and stuff? There's another shorts page, and so I Beef Sector something. I can't remember the name. Ronnie Hugh, I will be having a guest the commercial challenge. Guess the commercial challenge. Uh, what do you mean guess the commercial? Like you're gonna play a piece of the commercial and you're asking what product they're some more they're promoting. He was giving baked potato realness. Oh my god. Yes, he was. I don't know what there had to been some point behind that. Was he teasing Brian? Okay. So you're gonna show the little old lady who goes everywhere and says, "Where's the beef?" and asks which commercial she's representing. I guess so. I guess that's a yes. Yes. Okay. Well, that does sound interesting, and let us know when you have it set up and what your pot is going to be, and give us a flyer, and we will promote you. Well, some of us will, not all of us, but that's how it is in the beef sector. The Pine Sol commercial lady, still doing her thing. What Pine Sol lady? That lady, the Pine Sol man is really still doing his thing. They got him in AI and tight pants and shaking his ass from left to right. I know you've seen the Pine Sol man. I don't know about the Pine Sol lady. Oh, you're talking about the black Pine Sol lady. Remember when you're probably too old to remember the old white Pine Sol lady. I think okay, yeah, you're talking about the black Pine Sol lady. Okay. Are you familiar with the Pine Sol man at all, Mike Lewis? Hmm? I need some Folger in my cup right now, Rose B. I definitely come on, Mike. I know. I cannot believe you don't know the Pine Saw Man. Let me see if I can find the Pine Saw Man for you. I'm gonna find him for you. Let me see. Let me find the Pine Saw Man. Here we go. Okay. Let me see if this one was kind of old. Let me see. Now the commercial has a commercial. Nope, that's not what I want. Hold on one second. Bear with me, please. Let's find the Pine Saw Man commercial. Oh, oh, I've never seen this one. This is a good one. This is a good one. Okay, I'm gonna share. And now this is not even the Pine Saw Man that I was referencing, Mike. But I think you're gonna like this one as well. Let me let me present my screen and share screen. Now this wasn't. This is new to me. Okay, let's watch. Let's watch. James, I see you're saying something about James. I don't think you've even met this Pine Saw Man. Okay, let's watch.
That's the power of Pine Song, baby.
This is Michael Popak, Legal AF. I'm not a.
Okay, okay. Yes, that's the same. Well, I will hire him. This is a very sexy, slick advert for a disinfectant. Now, James, you are right. The Pine Saw Man shakes his groove things nowadays. Is that Mr. Clean? Oh, let me see if I am talking about Mr. Clean. Let me see. Let me see. Is that could be Mr. Clean? No wonder I couldn't find. I still found a Pine Saw Man. Let me see if that's Mr. Clean. Yes, I'm talking about Mr. Clean. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's who I'm talking about. So you've seen here this. I see. This is what I was talking about. Let me show you what Mr. Clean has been up to. See, that's why it's good to have a tidy house. So I was wrong. I was talking about Mr. Clean. Thank you, Vinny. What is it? Vinny, Vitty, Vic. Vinny, Vitty, Vicky. VVV. Thank you, Triple V. Let's see what the Mr. Clean. Who would you rather, Mr. Clean or the Pine Saw Man? Let's decide.
Got what you want, got what you need. Live your dream, must be your fantasy.
Sarah? Sarah? Clean enough?
Child, these commercials, commercials, commercials. Okay, so I didn't say he was black. I said he was shaking that ass. Okay, let's. We gotten any comments on? Look at Nappy Child is like, oh, I remember him. Good day. Let me go. Let's all go mop. Yes, yes, yes. That's who I was thinking of. Seeing him from behind, saying, shaking them hips, from left to right. I, the Pine Saw Man was a pleasant surprise. Goes to show you how boring my childhood was. I remember shit like that. We came, we saw, we conquered. I got you what you want. I got what you need. Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean took up with the Pine Saw sister and turned him black. Mm-mm. Yes, it's something so sexy seeing a man cleaning. Amen. Good morning, Brit girl. And we know you like cleaning up. Now we know why you are so proficient in the cleanups. Just cleaning up. You don't even need to put on the YouTube button to clean up. Yeah, looking at Mr. Clean make you want to clean up all the time. Child. Okay. So what else is going on? We talking about Pine Saw. Pine Saw and Mr. Clean. I didn't even know Mr. Clean was still a thing. Who knew? Remember Mr. Clean used to be a powder, didn't it? I think Mr. Clean used to be a powder, not even a liquid. For some reason, I'm thinking that. I don't know. I think Mr. Clean used to be a powder, and it used to be crystallized, like, and had little crystals in it. I think it did. Okay. So I don't have a lot of to talk about today. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it in the morning. Uh, my schedule was thrown off, but as opposed to not being able to come live for the whole day, I decided to come live when I had a couple of minutes to come live. Spick and span. That's what it was. Spick and span. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I don't think that they have that anymore. You see, you guys helped me out. That's what it was. Kaopectate come before Pepto Bismol. I'm not. I think Pepto Bismol came first. Uh, good. Good morning, William. Just like them, I love seeing men cleaning, cooking, and washing clothes. So there. I'm not against it. I am not against it. I prefer Comet Cleaner still to this day. Yeah, Comet is the best one. Comet is better than Ajax for me. I want Comet over Ajax. Good morning, Verbal Assassin. Verbal Assassin, what the hell are the people doing now? I'm sounding like Olivia because I don't know what is going on other than nothing much. Okay. I love the green pine jelly. I'm not familiar with that. You'll probably think I'm weird, but I remember climbing up the counters, getting into every damn thing, praying my mama or grandparents didn't catch me and whoop my. I never liked Ajax. Ajax, oh, I cannot stand Ajax dishwashing powder, dishwashing soap. No, don't even bother. if you're gonna bring that home. Yeah, I think you're talking about the powdered Ajax as well. Yeah, Comet. I think Comet was the like original brand that they tried to bite off. What I done missed? You ain't missed a damn thing. I haven't seen anything that has been going on the YouTube street. Oh, the wig competition. Uh, so I was over on ODS's, and they Pizarro was trying to hold on one second. She was trying to fast track this wig competition for today because it had to be done today. I don't know why. We know Very Carey is having her event tomorrow, and uh, which is Saturday, and Sunday I'm having my event. I'm not saying it's because we have our events, but so they was fast tracking the wig competition, but they didn't have any rules and weren't sure what the rules were as of last night. So they were sitting there trying to figure out, well, it wouldn't be fair if you're just sitting there getting your wig installed and you're the person who's in the wig competition. Like, duh. I did mention that. That's something I did mention because they were saying initially, well, Pizarro was saying initially that you could install your own wig, or you could have somebody put your wig on. And I was like, how does that even make sense? If you're just sitting there getting a wig put on you, how are you winning the wig competition as opposed to the person if you're putting your own wig on, or if you're installing a wig on someone else? It never made sense. So ODS brought that up to her. He's like, because some people are saying it wouldn't be fair if I was just like, okay, anyway. So then she finally figured out that, oh, maybe that won't be fair. Well, maybe if and if it's this kind of wig or that kind of wig, do you have to style the wig? What's the use of putting a wig on your head and you haven't styled the wig? So how would you even win the contest? They didn't have these little small perimeters in place to actually do a wig contest. Where is the contest if you just throw a wig on your head? So what you're saying, Lady Dimples could win the motherfucking contest if you just throw a wig on your head and don't style it? So I got none of that. And then, well, if we don't do a wig contest, we can do a neck bone contest. If we don't do a wig contest, we can do a neck bone contest. I don't know about you guys, but I don't keep neck bones in my house. I don't know, and I'm still not clear if they're gonna have the neck bone challenge or the wig challenge. I don't know which one, but it's supposed to be for today because it's Friday and it's a long day. But I don't know which one they decided on. I don't recall them uh, confirming either of them. So that's all the information I have on you. But even if I was keeping neck bones in the house, I would have to defrost them. So I would have to be committed to this neck bone challenge. And a lot more people's were seem to be interested in the neck bone challenge. I don't know if they're having it, but I don't know about you guys. I don't like no raw neck bones. I uh, like my neck bones, you know, dang near falling off the bones. I like my meat cooked. I don't know how long it take the average person. I've never cooked my neck bones in a what is that? A what is the thing that has the steam coming out? My mom what is the thing with this that cooks stuff real quick? The you guys know what I'm talking about. And it has the little steam coming out. My mom has started cooking chitlins that way because it takes so much time. Pressure cooker, yes, it takes so much time off of cooking meats that you have to cook for hours. But I've never pressure cooker. Kind to me. I was asking about you yesterday because I hadn't seen you. Thank you, you guys who gave me the answer. Pressure cooker. So unless you're cooking neck bones in a pressure cooker, and I don't know, uh, that's going to be a long contest. Yes, the pressure cooker. Hey, Jackie C. So, I don't know if they are going to have that competition or not. I don't recall them confirming it, but you guys, if you want to see the neck bone competition or the wig competition or some neck bones with wig hair in the pot, I don't know what it's going to be over there. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Unless you cook them in a pressure cooker. And my mom, Lisa Green, a pressure cooker. And my mom scared me so much about the pressure cooker that I personally have never used a pressure cooker. I've never used one because they remember the old style, and they take them off the stove and then they pour water on them and don't take the little pressure measure off too soon, or the pot's gonna blow up. The pot's gonna blow up. It was just so much, and I'm just like, look, I don't even want to learn how to use this thing. So I maybe they're gonna long cook these neck bones. I don't know. It got to be smoked neck bones for me. Uh, s- I haven't eaten neck bones in years. I tell you, years, and they weren't smoked neck bones. I had a pressure cooker blow up on me and give me third-degree burns. My modern one is great. Hey, Ronnie Q. Hey, Jess Sarah. Thank you for contributing to the prize pot. I, I do know that they have modern ones. But that's the reason why I haven't even bothered with the modern one. So okay, so Sarah is saying that they do have modern ones that works well with her. So I love the smoke one as well. There are some cuts that take long to cook, so no oxtail, no neck bone, brisket, leg of lamb, or pork shoulder. The modern one is always better. Instapot. Instapot kind of has a. Uh, I think that Instapot has a pressure cooker in embedded in it as well. A pressure cooker cycle, right? Newbie. I don't have an Instapot either. Now I don't. You can find a lot of canning videos on YouTube. Yeah, people still are canning. You're a seasoned cook when you can flip the chicken and the pork chops while uh they frying with your fingers. People be like, "What the fuck? You gonna burn yourself?" I don't no, I don't do that. I'm thankful to have inherited one. A very hairy one comes out Thanksgiving. Yes, it does. An Instapot Instacot pot is a pressure cooker. Some have many features. Thank you, just Sarah. Good morning, Cruiser. Yes, it cooks like a pressure cooker. Well, I've heard of the Instapot. A View View has a little small one. So uh, Ninja Foodie has a pressure cooker as well. Okay, so I had been thinking about trying that Instapot because I like things like red beans. I like slow cook meals and stuff, but I'm not really patient. So I may get one to make my red beans come out quicker. So hey, Cruiser, and see what else I can cook on there. I love my Instapot. So the the thing that I use most is like my crock pots. Like we had some neck bones, not neck bones. We had neck bones. We had some oxtails. What was that? Tuesday, and then I put them in there, and they be falling off the bone. So uh, I just start cooking oxtails when me and my husband got together because oxtails were a staple in our home. My mom wasn't an oxtail cooker or a macaroni and cheese cooker. Uh, Other family members did the mac and cheese, and oxtails wasn't a thing in our family growing up at all. So I just got onto the oxtail uh, kick several years ago, but now it's a regular thing because my husband, he grew up on the oxtail. So I just, my biggest thing I like to do is the crock pot cooking. I do my red beans in it, my chili in it. I love slow cooked food that's falling off the bone. Okay, Nappy Child saying it is great. I think she's talking about the Instapot is great for beans. And girl, we make them southern style beans that are a little spicy and full of meat. Spicy and full of meat. And I think they used to put neck bones in the red beans and rice. Yeah, or they used to put a piece of ham hock in there or something, and you had the little shredded meat all throughout that. But my aunt revolutionized her red beans, and she wouldn't tell people what she put in there. When people used to go down south, they was like, "Mary, make a pot of beans. Mary, make a pot of beans," and the pot of bean would be a big, tall, stock pot, and people coming over with Tupperware bowls and all. Yeah, don't take all the meat out them beans, and you couldn't because there was so much meat in the beans. She would put the spicy smoked sausages in the beans, and then she put some regular smoked sausages. Oh my god! And she gave me the recipe. And so I cherish my recipe, and I don't tell anybody all the little side stuff that she puts in them beans, but I love me some beans. I'm telling you. I always have some beans on. I traded my slow cooker for my Instapot because it can do either. Okay, I'm gonna have to check out this Instapot. I've only had oxtails 2 times. Uh, the Jamaican oxtails. Uh, one of my coworkers, his mother used to do meals and things like that, and he was trying to sell me a meal, and I was like, no, I'm good. And he was like, you don't want some good Jamaican oxtails? And I was like, no, I never had them before. And then he was like, come on, you got to try it. You got to try it. So he got me to try those oxtails. And I was like, where have these been all my life? Where? So that was the first, actually, that was the first time that I tried oxtails, but I can't make them that way because I have no idea how she made them that way. The modern one is the best. Hey, Miss LA, I did a pot roast in a pressure cooker, and it was awesome. All right, you too. Thanks for coming by. And hey, don't forget to come by on Sunday if you have a chance at 5 p.m. Eastern. We're having a contest where we are putting together centerpieces. They can be, they have 4 themes that you're able to do: a fall, a Halloween, a Thanksgiving, or a Christmas centerpiece. So if you have time, Nappy Child, come around and see us sometime on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ronnie Q, we smoke at 4 a.m. for our Steelers games, ribs, pork, brisket. We do all that in 200 at 225 degrees on Applewood. Now, my husband, is a smoking magnet. Yes, we don't do that much because it's he and I. But the dogs be running around in circles. I remember he was smoking, and the dog he just sitting out there by the smoker, and I picked him up, and he smelled so delicious. Oh, that dog smelled so delicious with that applewood, with those applewood chips. I just wanted to eat them up. The only thing I don't make is red beans. That's my husband's specialty, so I let him have it. Miss Cruiser, put some oxtails in a crock pot and let it cook for 5 hours. Throw some butter beans and carrots in it. If you like peppers, onions, beef bouillon, child, whoop, there it is. Girl, I pay you to tell me. There it is, Cruiser. Okay. Slow cooking ribs in a crock pot is also good for having ribs falling off the bone. I never tried that. I cooked a crock pot roast and it was great. Yeah, those crock pot roasts are so good. If you haven't put a roast in a crock pot, I tell you, oh, so good. Listen, the further you get in them woods, you gotta stop. You gotta start asking what meat is in that pot. Cause if you don't, you might be eating some coon or possum or squirrel, and you are not lying. Talking about tastes like chicken. Well, give me some chicken then. Both times were out in the country, but was out of the country. I cooked oxtail in a Dutch oven pot, but in the stove for 2 hours. It was so good. The gravy went over yellow rice. Good morning, Sandy. How are you? Okay. I made a 15 bean soup with ham in the crock pot with cornbread this weekend. It's time. I heard that. 15 beans. I've never even heard of that. I love a Dutch oven too. Now I made some homemade soup. I think it was I think it was Sunday. I don't know, Friday or Sunday. When I had that, I think it was Saturday because I had that food poisoning, and my stomach was so upset that I knew that I couldn't. Shut up, Jackie. Shut up, Jackie. I knew I couldn't put anything on my stomach, so I made some homemade soup, and it was so good. And I made a big ass pot, and I had some to put in the freezer and freeze. So I'm thinking about taking it out today because some homemade chicken soup. Oh my God, if you haven't been taught to make some good homemade chicken soup with some nice chicken breast pieces in there, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't make no cornbread this time because I really wanted the soup effect. But now that my stomach is feeling better, I may make me a pan of cornbread. Some homemade chicken soup and some cornbread. You ain't live. Good morning, the green vegan. I hope to see you Saturday. I mean Sunday. I hope to see you Saturday too over at Very Carey's. Finish the lyrics, but definitely, green vegan. I remember you saying that you would enter the Centerpiece competition. Now, what about these turkey? What about these turkey necks? Who's now on to turkey necks? Hey, Miss 313, it's good to see you. Who is not on to these big turkey necks? Uh the turkey necks that are the big fat ones that are big and round as your fist, not these little ones that you see in the grocery store that you can't determine if it's a turkey neck or a chicken neck. I'm talking about them big old turkey necks that's about 3 inches long, and then you have the butcher to chop them up into fist size pieces, and then you cook a big pot of turkey necks. Chow. You know, like food like that you used to eat all the time, and they like oxtails used to be so cheap, like chicken wings used to be so cheap. Like these turkey necks, these big huge turkey necks, you can't dang near find them in any regular store. You have to go to a butcher type store. Oh my god. We that was some staple food that we always had, and it's so much meat on those turkey necks. Are you guys, how big can a turkey neck be? It's a neck, it can be huge. Turkey necks are huge. See, that's the point. A lot of you guys don't know how huge turkey necks can be, and how long can a turkey neck be. Look at a turkey in proportion to a human being. That's how long the necks be. The whole neck be skinned off, and they have that whole big long turkey neck. And you have your butcher. He take that band saw, and he cut it into fist size portions. You wash them, season them, put them in a pot, and oh my god, uh you don't even have to make gravy to them. Put some onions, some bell peppers, some seasoning. um oh my god, you don't have to make gravy to them. Some people make a gravy to them, some people don't. So some, you just pour the juice over the rice. Turkey necks are so freaking good. I love homemade soups this time of year. Y'all got me ready for dinner at 8:30 in the damn morning. What you gonna cook, Sarah? I put butter beans in my oxtail. Good morning, Very Carrie. No, I haven't had the noodles. I just had them over rice. Yeah, turkey necks can be huge. How come I didn't get no notification? I only gave a 15-minute notification, Carrie, because I uh I I wasn't as busy as I thought I would be, but to make sure that I got in a live today, I just went on and went live. I love turkey necks, but I don't trust them. So, no turkey necks for now. You got to have. Why don't you trust them? I I I I'm interested. Why don't you trust them? Oh, maybe I don't want to know why. Well, I haven't been able to find uh any good turkey necks out here anyway, like the kind that I'm used to, the kind that I'm talking about. Liver and onions. I don't like liver. Miss LA says, Sarah, exactly. I only had a bagel and hot cocoa, and we sitting up here talking about all this food. Now, you know when white folks catch on to something, the price goes up and it becomes a specialty, just like chitlins. Chitlins. That why you think chitlins are so high? Are turkey necks meaty? Yes, they are. Hold on one second. I was talking about the real, okay, the turkey necks that I'm talking about the real long turkey necks that are like a foot and a half long, in the butcher. The long, huge turkey necks. I'm not talking about the little packs of turkey necks that you're finding a lot of in these the meat area of a grocery store. I'm talking about the big long turkey neck. Uh, the head of it is as big as your fist, and all meat. Yeah, I'm talking about those types of turkey necks. I'm not talking about putting a little pack of turkey necks that you find in the store now look like some chicken necks. I'm talking about turkey necks. So if you have a butcher in your area, I know a lot of people don't have butcher sections in their stores, in their grocery stores, because these these box grocery stores just don't have it. So fish fry Friday. Turkey necks are delicious. I'm telling you. You gotta try them. Make sure you have them cut them down in manageable pieces, like 3 to 4 inches. Have them cut them down. Turkey necks are good. Only the fat ones. Only not fat. Only the big ones. Shoot, that was kind of like one of the things, but that my she didn't make it when we were like kids. She made it more when we were teenagers and stuff. And I'm telling you, it's not like, oh, turkey. Shoot, when them turkey necks, when we found out she was still making turkey necks, it was a good thing. It was always a good thing. Never had calves. Never. I'm not a I'm not very experimental, and so I've tasted once, but it was too chalky for me, and I just didn't like it. Now, some chicken livers, I will fuck some chicken livers up. Uh, and I've heard that it's bad to eat livers or whatever, whatever, whatever. Shoot, I remember I was so mad when Crackle Barrel took chicken livers off the menu. Every time I went to Crackle Barrel, I would get me some fried chicken livers. My dog, Rascal, he does not eat in the car. So if we're going to a Crackle Barrel, we're on a road trip. So he doesn't eat a treat in the car. He doesn't eat anything. He waits till he gets out of the car. But I tell you, why when I get chicken livers and I have some left over and I get back to the car, he's sniffing and he's eating in the car. We love chicken livers. Love them. Thank you, Jess Sarah. I'm going to the meet on Saturday and get some. Do you cook them in a crock pot or the oven? I cook them. You could either cook them in a because there's so many. You're gonna usually have to use a pot, put some water on them, put some seasoning on them, put some onions, bell pepper, some a little garlic in them, and like a stock. So you could put some celery in them, chopped up fine, eh, onion, bell pepper, and garlic, whatever meat, a poultry type season that you have, that you would put in a poultry flavor, and you can put a bouillon in there, girl, and just make you cover them with water and let them cook medium slow, medium low on, girl, and they're gonna be delicious. I'm telling you. Make sure that you have the butcher to cut them in manageable pieces, like uh, 3 to 4 inches increments. And girl, put them over some rice. You can make some gravy to them if you want to. Uh, I I like them just like the juice over the rice, and they're delicious. It took me 4 hours for chicken liver for my grandmother. I'm triggered. How would it take 4 hours? You must mean you ordered them at a restaurant or something. It's places that sell them in cases. You mean chicken liver? I mean you mean turkey necks? I would love to buy a half cow. Woo, that's some good eating. My mother bought a half cow when we my mother bought a half a car when we were I was in high school. And shit, we was having steaks in the morning. We was having steaks for breakfast. It was so many packages of white stuff, and she had put it in her stand-up freezer, and she had it organized, and she knew what this was, that was, the other was, and then child, after a while, uh everything was we don't know what this is. We're gonna open this pack and we're gonna see what we're gonna eat. Mystery dinner. Just take it out, thaw it out, and whatever it is, that's the dinner. That's what we were doing, a lot of cooking ourselves too. Yes, get those turkey necks at the butcher shop. They're better. Don't even try to go to a regular grocery store to get no turkey necks, because you're not going to even recognize it being what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those big, huge turkey necks. Okay. I like gizzards, but I don't eat liver. I remember way back in the day, uh, part of our dressing, it was not a lot, but liver and gizzards, they would boil it down and season it and stuff in the broth that went into the dressing, and they would dice up the chicken and the liver and put it in, and I used to love the little dices of liver that you find in the dressing. But our people, we don't do that anymore. We don't put liver and gizzard in the dressing, because if you put too much liver in there, it will make it bitter. Uh, so once again, we're back to the turkey necks. We're back to the turkey neck. So, you just don't want to put broth in your or cornbread, your cornbread dressing, or what do they call it? Dressing or stuffing? Okay, so we call it dressing. We don't. You just don't want to put chicken stock in there. You want to put a flavored broth in there. So what we do is we boil some turkey necks. They don't have to be the huge turkey necks. They can be. You boil some turkey necks and you season them like you're gonna eat them, and half of the time you're eating a lot of them. And you boil them and you use that as the stock. You season them real good and we use that as the stock. And then we take the turkey necks out of the pot, let them cool off a little bit, and then we take all the meat off the necks of the turkey. And then you let it cool, because you don't want to add hot stock to your cornbread dressing, or it's going to be mushy, and you don't want to add the hot meat. We take and we shred up the turkey meat, and we add the turkey meat into the cornbread dressing. And after the stock cools down, then we pour the stock in to mix the dressing real well. But the thing about it is, when you put all that turkey meat in there, your your dressing is full of meat. Every spoon of your dressing has meat in it. We take it off, pick it off, and we chop it up real good, so it's not real stringy or anything like that. It's yeah. So that's a secret to making your cornbread dressing, if you did not know. Hey, Candy Cane. Good morning. Thank you. I'm going to cook them Sunday while judging the competition. That sounds delicious. YouTube isn't allowing me to go to the live chat. Is anybody else? Let me see if I can go to the live chat. Let me see. We done went from watching these fine men, cleaning product men shake their butts. Let me see. Top chat, live chat. I got it. Hey, YouTube cameras. Hey, 504 girl. Yeah, I got it, Carrie. Hershey, did I say good morning? She-Bell. Is it Shaybell? Shaybell? Uh Grand Rising. I stick to very few meats, fish and chicken mostly, because I prefer veggies. So turkey isn't a partner to chicken? They don't sell them in clear people's stores. Happy Friday, UNC girl. Hey, Queenie. Hey, Angie. How are you guys? We in here talking about food. You know, uh, it's slow cooking time of year. People are getting their chili pots out and all of that type of stuff. So we in here being greedy, talking about dinner. Sarah's like, y'all got me talking about dinner at 8:30 in the morning. I can't eat liver. I already have that. It's weird. Yuck. What are you yucking about, Lisa J. Monet? I'm not sure where in the conversation. Maybe the chicken livers. I love liver and gizzards. I haven't had gizzards in a while. Okay, she's yucking at the liver. Hey, So Bomb. I turned in and heard turkey necks. Yes, girl. Turkey necks are delicious. I've never had oysters in my dressing. Uh, I'm not a fan of oysters, but I've heard of people having oyster in their dressing. I've never had shrimp in my dressing either. Uh, Gizzards added inside stuffing is disgusting. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I haven't had that in years. We haven't done that in our family. I was a little kid. Uh when they used to, I remember all the chopping and shit they had to do by hand, and my mom would have us when we were old enough to chop up, dice up different onions and vegetables and all that shit. Oh, thank God for a thank God for technology now, and you can cook dressing at the push of a button and chop all that shit up. Chopping up bell pepper, onions, celery, all that shit. That ain't fine enough. That ain't fine. Oh God. Oh, dressing used to be a chore, and now it's so simple. Okay, so let me let me catch up with the conversation. You're already decorating your house for what? For what are you decorating? I bet Ronnie Q can cook. That's how my mom did her dressing the same way. Uh, yeah, everybody in our house can cook. Uh, my mom made sure that we could all cook. My brother can cook dressing. My brother can cook everything homemade. My brother had to teach his wife how to separate clothes and not wash dish towels with regular clothes, and how to separate the colors and all that. My brothers know how to cook, clean, uh, everything. Uh, that was she wanted to make sure that no, well, she wanted to get some of that work off of her. But I think that I don't regret anything. You had to learn how to cook and clean. Oh, I'm the opposite. YouTube cameras. I don't eat the cow's liver, uh, but I love fried chicken livers. So you know, if I see too much meat, I get sick. Well, you're nice and healthy. You're nice and healthy. Are you dropping the link today? Ah, yes, I can drop the link. Sure. Here you go. Let me pin the link if anybody want to come up. Okay, there's the link, newbie. And if you guys didn't hit the like button, can you please hit the like button? The link is pinned. Okay, I think this is newbie back here. Let me make sure. Newbiology?
Hey, good morning. It's me.
Hold on. Deanna's back here too. Deanna?
Hey, Randy.
Hey. What's going on, ladies?
Hey, Deanna.
I don't know why the Mississippi's came up here, girl. I just jumped on the link because I had left out. And when I came back, I seen you pinning it, child. So I don't even know what's going on. I'm going to shut up.
Girl, we sitting up here talking about eating food and cooking food and chicken livers and dressing and turkey necks and all time. We talking about this
Turkey
fall
necks in
food.
a long time.
Girl.
Why you don't be cooking? Running cute.
Yeah, I be cooking. I'm the main one up here talking about these goddamn turkey necks. I gotta find me some good turkey necks. Shit.
Good, they ain't gonna find no good ones no more. They ain't fat no more like you used to could find them, honey. They all po ass turkeys, child. They like these new
Right.
generation kids. Everybody little bitty.
If
Yeah,
you
and
don't get them from a butcher,
you
it's
gotta get them.
horrible.
You gotta get them from a butcher. Go ahead, newbie.
Okay, first of all, my internal clock resets about twice a year, so I'm up in the morning. You notice I've been here 3 mornings in a row,
Mm-hmm.
and I had promised myself if I catch you live, I was going to hit the link. But the first day, everybody was kung fu fighting, so I just stayed in the chat. And then I don't want to come up if I don't have something to talk about. But see, if we get to talk about food or liquor, then we speak in my language.
Uh-huh.
What I want to go back to when you were talking about the Instapot. Let me tell y'all about I had my Instapot for over a year. It was still in the box, never used it. New Year's this year, I made black eyed peas in the slow cooker like we do. But the kids were here, and when I woke up, it was nothing but juice in the crock pot. They had eaten all the beans. I hadn't had any, Mister hadn't had any. I pulled out that Instapot. I took that pot liquor, got another bag of beans down. I didn't even soak them, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Put them in that Instapot, 45 minutes. They was tender as a baby's booty. I
Now,
am a believer.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
give me
it took
one.
me a long time to try it too, but they the best now.
I'm gonna have
Oh,
to
yeah.
give me one then. Now, when you soak your beans, do you put baking soda in there?
Baking soda or salt. Sometimes I drop a little bit of vinegar in there and rinse them off real good.
What about you, Deanna? Do you soak your beans? Well, most
I
people.
don't I
It would.
don't cook beans, girl. Beans don't like me. They say they good for your heart, but the more you eat, the more you fart, girl. I can't take them.
But the
So I don't
thing,
cook beans.
that's why you put the baking soda in your water when you soak your beans. I didn't find this out until I was grown that if you soak your beans in water with about a tablespoon of baking soda in there, it takes the gas out the beans. That's the only reason I asked.
Now I didn't know that. I put it in mine because in my mind it make everything tender. Like I put a pinch of baking soda in my greens with collards when I cook them because some collards be tough.
Hmm.
I didn't know that it helped with the gas.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Girl, I think well, my collars don't be tough, but I be pouring grease in it. I pour my hot grease in mine's, girl, and if they on top, that'll tender them right on up because it's gonna fry right quick before it hit that water.
No, I never tried that.
That
Uh,
makes sense.
yeah, it does make sense.
Y'all
Yeah.
don't fry y'all salt pork or bacon or nothing and put it. Oh Lord, have
No,
mercy. I don't want y'all greens, baby.
no,
Y'all got to have some fat and grease.
no. I remember. They stopped putting remember they used to put a ham hock in the greens
Yeah.
and
Some
all that
people put.
fat.
I still got to put my fat back and grease in there though.
Listen,
And see, I don't eat pork, Deanna, so I use turkey tails in my
I
See,
greens.
use.
my
I
sister
was just
uses,
gonna
yeah,
say I
that's how
use
she
turkey
cook.
tail, smoked
That
turkey
how she,
tail.
but I don't do the turkey. I don't. You know what? I'm not big on the turkey tails. I think they more salty than the damn salt pork, if you ask me. But I have eaten them. They're good, but I like theirs when if they have turkey in them. I like to taste vinegar for some reason. I like
Well,
to put a little vinegar in there, and I can taste that in some turkey.
uh-huh.
Because for some reason I don't. I ain't never did it. I ain't never did it myself, but I've eaten it. But I
Now,
got to stop for it.
now, well, before I do the turkey tails, I take a turkey drumstick and I I boil it down till it's falling off the bone, and you take it out and take all the bone and the ligaments out, and you cut it up, and you cut it up so it'll be all throughout the greens, and then you add the turkey tail back in there because it gives the little fat that you're gonna get, because yeah, so that's what I do have some diced drumstick in there, smoked
If
drumstick.
I'm ever around and I bring a pot of greens or a pot of what you call it, cabbage, y'all better take y'all blood pressure pill, baby, because you're gonna be sopping it up.
Yeah, so I shoot, do you eat chicken liver?
I don't like liver. My mama and grandma like liver, but I hate liver. I eat gizzards.
Okay, so
Liver
yeah,
don't taste good to me.
we were talking about that. Now somebody else is in the back. Rose Bennett,
Yep, that's me.
hey, how you doing?
Hey, good morning, y'all.
Good
Hey,
Good
morning.
y'all.
morning, Miss
Good
Rose.
morning. Check this out. I want y'all to
Good
try
morning.
this. I'm a potato salad queen, and the next time y'all make potato salad, and I want y'all to try this. When you make your potato salad, take a little bit of French dressing and put it in your potato salad. It'll turn it up a notch. I ain't got no lie to tell you. And instead of using
Yeah, you
relish,
talking about that? You talking about that? That little salad dress and what is that thick one? Is that what you're talking about? I can't
yeah,
call it
it's the
name.
salad dressing that you pour on salad, like French dressing,
Yeah,
salad salad.
yeah.
Pour
My
a little
grandma
bit,
used to do that.
yeah, pour a little bit of French dressing in your potato salad, and never use relish in your potato salad. Cut you up some sweet pickle,
Yeah,
and
my
that'll
mama used to. My mama cut up sweet pickle and cherries in her potato salad.
yes,
Cherries?
Yeah, she diced
Sweet
up them.
cherries?
Hmm.
Yep,
yeah,
she
it's
diced
good.
them.
So
It don't
that's
be a lot of them in there, but it be like little specks in there. It's
yeah.
And you can
good.
Is that the
yep,
red
and you
stuff
can
that
put
be in?
pimentos. You can put pimentos
Mm-hmm.
in your potato salad. Yeah,
Is that the red stuff that be in relish? Is it the
it being
pimentos or the cherries? Because
it's
it be little red specks in relish.
yeah, that's pimentos
Okay.
because that's
But
in
she'll
olives
take
too.
them Marcello cherry. I can't even say it, but you know the one star with the M.
Uh-huh.
And
Maraschino.
Maraschino.
yeah,
Oh,
maraschino.
the
Thank
one.
you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she'll cut up like two of those in her potato salad, girl. It'd be good, but I don't make potato salad. I ain't crazy about potatoes like that. I don't want no cold shit.
I like me some potato
I do
salad.
too. And Miss Rose, have you ever heard of Wickles pickles? They're sweet, but they got a little heat to them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Those are the ones I cut up and put in my potato salad. Baby,
Yep,
listen.
that's good too. Yep, 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 yep. And when you making gravy, you know how you make the homemade gravy
Hmm.
with the flour and the oil when you
Right,
making like a roux.
right?
When you're making your gravy, throw a little bit of soy sauce up in it.
Soy sauce.
Yep. Throw a little bit of soy sauce in it. It'll
Mm.
darken it.
We
Huh?
do the other sauce, the W
Worcestershire.
sauce. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Worcestershire.
And I can make a good roux, but you know what? It is crazy. I can make a roux for like a soup or a gumbo, but when it comes to my gravy, I have to do that shit about 10 times before I get it.
I can make gravy. I can make gravy. Simple homemade gravy, simple, because I made, that was one of the first things we had to perfect. It ain't brown enough. It ain't brown enough. I wanted to throw the water
It
in.
ain't thick enough. See, I be liking mine
uh,
light brown and thick. And
uh,
my
You
grandma, she
know
can
what?
make
Big
that shit
Nuvi
like it
puts
was better.
my mom put instant coffee in hers when it's not quite brown enough. She'll put a
Yep.
little instant coffee in there to darken it.
Coffee.
But
Yep.
listen, y'all finna talk about me. Do you know I just learned how to make gravy in 2023? I could not, it would always be too fluffy. I couldn't get it right. But on one of them drunk nights in that kitchen, I said, I'm gonna try it. I got that gravy right. I woke up my husband and my son, like, look, I made gravy. And they wasn't excited enough. So I called my mama.
mm,
That's one of them nights you had to taste it while you was cooking, baby.
yeah,
You
you
were good
gotta
at
taste it. You gotta taste it. Ain't nothing like thinking you done made some good gravy and you ready to put your meat in it or put it over some rice and that shit is too salty or some shit. Oh my god. You can't do nothing with gravy if you put too much salt in it. You got to put
Wet
less.
water, water.
Oh my god. So yeah, gravy is
When
simple to
when you
make.
have too much salt in it, when you have too much salt in it, you take a potato, cut it up, and just drop the potato in it and let it soak up the salt and take the potato out and it will bring the salt right out the gravy.
Uh, okay. Uh, I heard that if you put a potato in your grease, it'll clean your grease, and I'm like, I ain't never seen
That's
no.
true. That's
Uh,
true.
I heard that too. A lot of people do it when they fry fish.
Fish,
I,
yeah.
I ain't using no fish grease for nothing else. I
No, it keep the fish grease clean. Like if you having
oh,
a fish fry and you doing a
okay,
lot of fish,
okay,
yeah.
I get you what you're saying.
Well,
Yeah.
that's all I wanted to say. I'll be in the chat. Thank you, Ronnie, for
All
having me.
right. Thank you for your suggestions. Now, Lovely Love says she put a potato in the in her chitlins, and then she ate
Stop.
the potatoes, and I'm like, I have only heard potatoes being
I
put in. Go ahead.
She ate it.
She ate the potato.
Ate the potato.
I thought they do that for a smell or something. Why do they put that in there? I don't know. I don't
I
cook chips.
I
I just
think
eat
it's
it.
for the smell and to I don't know. I don't know. I never put it in mine, but just eating a potato with chitlin juice in it just didn't. I guess like if you can eat chitlins, why can't you eat the juice? I don't know, but she ate it.
Mm,
Me
mm-mm.
too, Queenie.
My mom put soy sauce in and browning sauce in her gravy. I put Worcestershire sauce uh and some browning sauce. I never are you talking about that gravy boutique? I don't have to use that gravy
You know they
boutique.
got brown and it's just brown and it really ain't got a taste to it. It makes stuff darker. It make your gravies and stuff
Yeah,
darker.
yeah, I know
Uh,
what you're talking about. I think it's called the bottle. It's called Gravy Boutique that I'm familiar with. But yeah,
it's that little bitty bottle. I know that. The little
mhm,
short one.
yeah, liquid smoke. I remember we used to use liquid smoke on everything, but shoot, now shoot, I got a real smoker and I hardly I haven't bought liquid smoke in years.
I got some, girl. I slap some on something. It depends on what I'm cooking. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
What do you put it on like you cook it inside?
Oh, I put it on like barbecue when I put barbecue stuff. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I absolutely do not eat chitlins. Now, I haven't had chitlins maybe 4 years or something like that.
Nah, I got a few cousins. Oh my God. And they new generation. And when I tell you them bitches show they ass when they cook them motherfucking chicken. Babe, I can't wait to Thanksgiving because I know, honey. But what I'm telling look, I'm for real. I got a cousin, she can cook. She's really good at cooking when she do decide to cook. But when the holiday come around, she be giving me them new recipes. She one of them type that be keeping up with new shit. But
Uh-huh.
now her daughter is like 13. And that bitch bad in the kitchen.
Oh, really?
Girl, bitch. Talking about making gravy. We ain't talking about shit up here, honey. That girl doing it all. I said, honey, I already know, so I'm gonna get 2 buckets. Usually I get one extra bucket of chitlins. I'm gonna get 2 this year. Cause I'm gonna want me a big old bowl to take home. Cause you know they wither downs it's carrying on. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna get those 2 buckets of chitlins and drop them off real early, honey. So it won't be no complaints. Mine gonna be there before she buy hers.
Have
And
the
I'm gonna be
prices of
ready.
chitlins gone down? Because last year they were
A
astronomical.
little bit. I found some in like the mom and pop stores, and then Walmart had theirs really cheap last year. But a lot of them, girl, they was like asking for damn the $30 a bucket.
Right. And my friend, she couldn't find none. She found 2 buckets and she said they was almost $30 per bucket in
Yeah,
the bucket. Now,
yeah,
do you know that heifer made her for Thanksgiving last year? She made the chitlins in a crock pot in her bedroom because she said she wasn't sharing with nobody.
Oh,
good.
wow.
Not in the bedroom, girl. She knew that they were gonna get some regardless, cause niggas don't be niggas. I probably would have did it too, but waited till after Thanksgiving when everybody had left.
Uh, I ain't got to worry about that because my husband don't eat no pork. No pork. So, he don't eat nothing.
I don't eat pork either, but I have to cook it for all these swine eaters I live with.
But you know what? Y'all great grandfolks, all they did was eat pork and they lived to be what, 100 and 102 and 3 years
100
old.
and, yep.
I ain't gonna say pork don't do nothing to me, honey. So I'm gonna continue to eat it because when we wasn't eating beef and shit, we started eating beef and got the fuck sick. Hell.
And then they say, the pork is the worst, but shit, that's all they did. But they grew up on a whole lot of fresh vegetables too.
Right, that's why I say all the meat really the worst, but the pork was the leftovers they was getting. And just because everybody say it ain't good, it always don't mean it good. Just everybody say it's good don't mean it is. So vice versa, we don't know what the fuck we getting. So I'm just gonna take my chances, enjoy my salt pork, not pork, but my salt pork, honey.
Uh-huh.
When
Now,
I get ready to bite down.
now, I was over there at Properly Bonafide the other day, and she said something that was really interesting to me. And she was saying, you guys need to be cautious about them putting you on all of this medication and getting your kids on this medication too. Because she was talking about that there is some type of data bank that pre-position you for a whole lot of stuff that they will not give you in life, like insurance, like insurance loans and all of this other
Yeah.
stuff based
Mhm.
upon this
Medications you take. Yeah.
the
That's
database.
absolutely true.
Yeah, and I was like, I ain't never even thought about that. But yeah,
When
so
you buy insurance, they ask you what kind of medications you take, and if you take a medication, say for instance, you take a medication that can be used for 2 different things. One person may take it for this because that's what it helps them for. This person may take it for something else. Okay, so maybe we talk about cancer medication. Okay, it's medications that they use for cancer that people every day taking that don't have cancer
right.
taking and they don't even probably know, that's what it's for because they're taking it for something else. So if they see that in the database, they're gonna ask you, why are you taking this? What is this for?
Well,
If you
I
taking it
didn't
for
mean
cancer, you're not gonna get no insurance.
no, I didn't mean like health insurance or life insurance and
No,
stuff like this. I'm talking
what
about insurance on other types of things, like on everything, on getting a loan for school and a whole lot of different things that this medication data bank is plugged into to deny you a whole lot of stuff. So you guys better watch just
You surprised?
letting these doctors throw all this medication on you, because the only reason they throwing a lot of this medication on you is they getting kickback from the manufacturer, the drug manufacturer, who's staying rich off of keeping you on medication that ain't gonna heal you from anything. Is that if it
That's pretty.
healed you, they wouldn't make no money off of it. So I
Right.
was like, wow. If you guys get a chance, go over there and listen to properly bona fide. She said she was
What's
talking
she
about
been? I was looking for her.
her aunt just passed away, and she was
Oh,
her mother's sister, and she was so sad, but she was giving out some good information in that video. If you could get through
that's a
her
heart.
wailing, and then she come back and she'll tell you about all of these how to be an advocate for your people and don't let them do this. That was a great video.
Yeah. I
uh,
always said that it's and I could believe that. I'm not surprised about that medication because all that shit connected. All of them folks is connected. So just like you said, if it ain't about $1, I mean, come on now. And then you have to think, why is doctors being damn near the most high paid and they never cured shit?
mhm, exactly.
How you gonna tell me I'm going to the emergency room, uh, and something going on with me, and you find out about it, but you gonna charge me thousands and thousands of fucking dollars just to tell me something wrong with me, and you can't do a motherfucking thing about it, but
Mhm.
try to make me comfortable until whatever happens happens. Child, all that shit is a gimmick, child. And then if you also think about it, how is it that I'm over here taking the Centerpiece for my high blood pressure, and we have we gonna say an Asian over there taking the same goddamn medicine. We ain't got the same genetics. Y'all say we ain't the same people. How the fuck we using the same goddamn medicine for the same problem? Everybody, you have to think about it. You're like, okay, so you mean to tell me across the world we can literally talk to 15, 20 people, probably 20, 30 people in your chat right now taking lisinopril. You see what I'm saying, for medication? So it's like, how am I taking the same exact thing and our body genetics is not the same? What might treat you and help you may not help me. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
So you
right.
really ain't
Right.
helping me. You're really not helping me. You just giving me something to rolling the dice and shit. And if I got some money or my insurance pay for the medication, y'all win.
Mhm.
That's because they're not looking to heal you. They're looking to make you a long-term customer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
To the pharmaceutical companies who have so much money.
And what's so crazy is what you were just saying. You made something pop in my head.
Who, me? Or
Newbie, she just
Newbie?
said they're trying to make you a long-term customer. Exactly. And then it was so crazy about it. We so fucking loyal. I've been to my doctor 20 years. I ain't changing my doctor. Well, bitch, you still crooked over. Your ass still motherfucking hurting every goddamn day. What you loving about this motherfucker so hard that you want to stick with him? Like, make
Come
it
on.
make sense.
Yeah. How come he ain't been able to release you and say, come visit me twice a year instead of every 3 months or every 2 months?
Right. Or you steady getting sick all in between those times. And then when you do get sick, you can't get in there to see him because it's an emergency, right? You
Mhm.
gotta go to the emergency room. Like, this is a whole goddamn Ponzi scheme in my damn face.
Yep. Half the battle is like Liz say, eating right and exercising. Yes.
That's it.
Exactly.
Now I don't even know what Lexapro is. It's ACE inhibitor. Black people are prescribed ACE inhibitors due to certain enzymes we produce naturally in our body that causes hypertension. Thank you
That's
for
the
that.
Centerpiece. Yeah, that's what they give you for high blood pressure.
I was like, I don't even. I never had high blood pressure. I'm all my life, my blood pressure ran on the
And
lower
low.
scale. So
Yeah.
I am so thankful that I've never had any thing like that.
But
Uh,
they say that that could be dangerous too sometimes. My mama blood pressure run low, but she also anemic.
but it doesn't run low where they have ever been concerned. Like, oh, well,
Yeah,
no, it runs
yeah.
low on the low scale of the blood pressure. So it's I've never had any concerns thus far.
Yeah, and Renee, you know that they call themselves had a lawsuit out about lisinopril, but guess what? They still prescribing it. Ain't that some shit?
Most black people are allergic to it because it causes swelling, but that ain't good. If your pressure up and your limbs are swollen, it's taking more pressure to get your blood up from your feet to your heart through swollen legs. So that don't even make sense. You see what I'm saying? Because when your blood
Yeah,
travels through your body, it travels from your heart down to your feet and stuff, and then your lymphatic system has to pump that blood back up to your heart. So if your legs are swollen, it takes more pressure to pump that blood up to your heart. So yeah, that seems like a lawsuit. I can see that.
they had a lawsuit out against them, but they, like I said, they still prescribing it to people like it ain't shit. And they
Dang.
let you know that they really care. They
Linsapril
really
is
care,
actually
honey.
a good medication, but Norvox is better. Norv Nor or Nor
Overset.
Nor Norvis Norvis. Okay, Norvis said it's better. Okay, sounds like beans and cornbread is giving you guys if you guys are on that, you may want to so beans and cornbread. If it swells your if it makes you swell, wouldn't that make it harder for your blood to go back through your Norvasat? Wouldn't it make that harder to go back up, your blood to go back up? So isn't that like defeating the purpose if it makes you swell?
Right, everybody don't experience the same side effects, but why get everybody the same medication? They let you know it's not designed to really help you.
Now,
You gotta just really take care of yourself. And did y'all hear about the what it is? The vinegar, the apple cider vinegar people sold out a few years ago. I didn't
yeah,
know that.
yeah,
Yeah.
sold out to all those celebrities.
I did not know.
And
I just
it
saw that. I
changed the
said, what?
recipe. Yeah.
I was a guy running a health store. It was kind of popular, but I forgot the name of it. And he did a video and basically said it in the whole video was like that they will not be carrying the Bragg's apple cider mother
Uh-huh.
vinegar anymore. There are people been complaining about it, saying that it don't make them feel the same, and because these be people that's dedicated to that shit.
Right.
And they started advertising another one. I said I was gonna try the other one. Shit.
Now,
Yeah. I
that
said, damn,
because
they fucking with the vinegar?
they watered it down. They watered down the recipe. Greedy ass motherfuckers who are already filthy rich. I think Katy
Hmm.
Perry and that Gyllenhaal dude, the actor, several of them have their hands in this. So instead of keeping the brand pure, and they
Right.
found a way to water it down. They said if you look at did you see the color of the real one against the new one? The
The
old one
other one,
against the new one.
the old one used to look muddy and damn near
Yeah.
scary to drink.
Now
Right.
the new one, it looks damn near like clear, like it got some pee in it or something, just clear.
Mm.
I didn't even know that. I recently seen that video. I said, well, I'll be damn. We can't
Right.
have nothing to naturally
Nothing.
heal us no more. They just taking everything, fucking with your soil, fucking with everything.
Hmm.
Right.
You're right. What
Well,
is
I came off of my anxiety medication and I started taking something called Leave Me Alone and Get the F Out My Face. Period.
It works splendidly, huh?
Right.
Okay. Be zoned out talking about some anxiety. Let me holler, honey. I get out my anxiety better that way. Don't sit up here trying to compress me. Have me acting like somebody else. And then when folks
Okay.
flip out, they be wondering why. Thank you, Ronnie Q, because I'm sure I'm gonna go over there.
Yeah, that's that live that properly bona fide is giving a lot of information if you guys don't know. So yeah, go over there and check it out.
Because I wasn't subscribed to her on my backup page. That's why I ain't seen her. And I know I had asked somebody about her. And I don't know if they said they hadn't seen her either or what had happened, but I know I hadn't seen her for a while.
Yeah, I hadn't seen her for a while, and when she came back, I'm telling you, she is giving a lot of good information in that video,
That's the mother.
and the father. I'm telling you, yeah, I heard about that. That's been a couple of years ago.
They
Yeah,
saw that money grab. People start trying to take care of themselves and live better, quit putting all that medicine in them, and start buying all that stuff. And then they seen the opportunity to hurry up and got in. Because that was some years ago. And I think I done bought some within them few years.
exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, we got to be proactive in our health, and like I say, you ever been at a doctor's appointment? I remember I was at a doctor's appointment with my mother, and the doctor's appointment was running an hour late, and you kept seeing these people in these suits and stuff coming in with trays of food and all of this, and by the time I got back there, I was so pissed, and
They
all
had a
the
party.
nurses, all the nurse, no, they were medical the people who sell medical pharmaceutical people who were coming in giving the whole office lunch to sell pills to the fucking doctor. All them they give them sample pills, and they selling the doctor on, oh, try this new drug from my company, and
And just give it to
gonna,
them.
we're gonna give you a whole lot of have you ever seen a doctor give you these and he don't give you a prescription, he give it to you right there out of the office,
Yeah. Yeah, we got this. Try this.
pills. Try this. Well, I'm gonna put you on this. That's
You
because
know what?
that's the
They ain't.
pharmaceuticals.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Because they treated me like that one time. They gave me some His, and I swear, girl, they gave me a whole bunch of them. I had real bad sinuses. And gave me a whole bunch of them. It was in a little pack. It had one pill in each pack. And it was like, take one pill a day. But when I say that shit worked, and now that was like, I say that was probably back in 2006 when that happened. Because that was the first time it ever happened to me. So that's why I remembered it. Honey, they start prescribing antihistamines to people now.
They have or have not.
They do. If you go to the doctor and you have sinuses or something, and you ask them for some antihistamines, they'll prescribe it to you now. They was literally giving that shit away as samples back in 2006. They prescribing antihistamines to people now. They sure the fuck is. But they prescribing it look different, the pills different and everything. Sometimes they red and powdery. Then they'll have a yellow round pill. But when they came out with them, they was a little bitty tiny little oval shaped pill. Cause that shit was free. I never forget that because I was giving them away to people. Cause folks everybody was sick. I don't know what the fuck was going on. They probably were testing us with Rona then.
I was just for the say, shoot, there's probably a little wrong in them pills. I don't know. But I know I have never been so sick in my whole entire life. The November before that Corona came out,
It was in 2019 you was sick.
Yes, I did not want to get out of bed to go to the doctor. I just was so exhausted, and I was like, I had never been this sick, and the stuff that was coming out of my throat,
girl,
it was just like
was you sweating and shit too?
Sweat.
We was sweating and couldn't hardly breathe.
It was wet.
Yeah.
had to change my sheets, put a towel under because I have the mattress cover and stuff, and it made the mattress cover cold. I put a
Mm.
towel down
Mhm.
between my sheet and my mattress cover and changed my sheets so I wouldn't be cold. Oh, it was
Yeah.
horrible,
You say,
and I'm blowing my nose, and I'm just actually pulling like you pulling
hacking and coughing.
taffy, and you pulling like it was pulling taffy out of your throat and stuff. It was horrible. The
Yeah.
doctor gave me some these little small blue pills over she gave it to me over the phone, and my husband, and that helped me breathe a little better. I ain't never been that
Uh,
sick in my life. And
Then that
Well,
was
see,
you had
that
the
happened to
corona. Me
me.
and Josh had it at the same time that year.
It happened to me in February of 2020, and I look back. You know how I don't know if y'all do Facebook, but Facebook give you your yearly whatever the hell you type. Like
Yeah.
after the Corona bust did what it did, and that post popped up that following year, I typed in on my Facebook page, "I have the code from hell. Lord, take me now."
Yeah.
And it's
It's
everything
terrible.
you just described is what I was going through.
mhm.
I had it in 2019 too. That shit wasn't no joke. That and I knew it was. We should have knew it was something, but then we was in South Carolina and they was treating you for it. They was treating it like it was the flu. So they was giving you medicine. But when I tell you, when my husband was out there working in South Carolina, they gave every fucking body free insurance. Free insurance. And it was crazy as hell. All you had to do was call this number if you got sick, and somebody would talk to you over the phone and write you a prescription and everything. They gave everybody free insurance. It was to the point where I was working with a lady and I gave her the number and she got treated. So we should have knew something then. But then
Mhm.
nobody know shit then. That was 2019 when we got real sick. And
Mhm.
then 2020, that's when we had just got back home, and that's when that shit hit. They started getting on there. That's why they was calling it the C-19, because that's when they came out and started, got everybody fucked up. But did they people was still being treated then. They ain't tell the doctors not to treat nobody. When 2020 hit, they told the doctors to stop treating people. So that's why they just tell you, oh, you got this, go home for 2 weeks. Go
Mhm.
home for 2 weeks. That's the remedy. That's what I came up here to pay you to tell me. I can't have no cough medicine, no nothing. And that's why people start dying, because it start turning into pneumonia. If you ain't getting treated and you got this bad virus inside of your body and you ain't doing nothing to move it, nothing to loosen up this cold, you ain't doing nothing for it. You just going home sitting down for 2 weeks. 2 weeks set up here, you'll be dead in 2 weeks.
Laying down and all, I'm telling you what was coming out of my chest. You
Yeah.
laying down and you letting that shit hard up in your lungs and in your chest and all that stuff. If I mean, it was horrible. I ain't never felt and I just didn't have the strength to move. I'm telling you, I know that something, and then I start hearing one of my cousins said that she I was sure she had it in November too. And then you start hearing more and more people talk about how they were sick prior to this being put out here.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
More veggies, less meat. Okay, we was talking about all that meat and shit.
Yeah.
Maybe well, I got one of my grandmother's almanacs, and me and the view was talking about it. Maybe I have to go through this almanac because it tells you when to put plant what time
What?
of year,
Mhm.
when to where what to rotate because you can't what is it beans, or you can't grow beans in the same spot that you grew them last year, how to rotate your garden and all of this type of stuff. So shit, maybe we ought to start gardening. They trying to make it
Something.
illegal for you to have a your own
Oh
garden.
yeah.
That ought to tell you something right there. When they
Thank you.
want to make it illegal for you to have a garden in some states, counties, or
Yeah.
anywhere.
And then you
In
gotta watch
Mississippi.
where you live at when you do that, because if you living somewhere where y'all done had a chemical plant or something like that, it really ain't good to plant no garden there, because ain't no telling what all that they poured into it.
Yeah, it's of course it's really and a lot of these places you don't even know that the water then leached into your soil and all this type of stuff because they let them dump so many chemicals. And you hear these Republicans talking about they want to release the regulations on the EPA. The EPA is what keeps this shit from being leached into your soil, your water, and poisoning you. But they always talking about releasing regulations on the EPA. And the EPA ain't doing a goddamn thing right now. Just like, why do they even have the people who what is it? The people who do the medication, and you hear all that you hear is all these recalls on medication. Well, how is this medication being put out to people, and then 10 years later, 3 years later, if you've taken this medicine and you have these symptoms,
Call us now.
what happened to the what? Oh my God, I cannot believe I can't.
Whatever it is, the EPA, then
FDA,
the way y'all make test
the
shit, then
FDA. Yes, what happened to the FDA?
FDA.
What the hell is going on? See, so you got these regulators, and they ain't doing a goddamn thing about it. So how are the people getting past all of this regulation that we actually need? So it's a lot. So all right, ladies, I appreciate you guys. You guys got anything else y'all want to talk about?
No, I'm in my head trying to figure out what I'm going to pull out this deep freezer. Y'all know y'all done put me on one.
I know
need
we
to
have.
look at mine, honey, and start digging.
And Deanna, you supposed to been came and got you some greens and chicken, child.
Girl, you know what? I gotta find out where you at in that country, child. I'm gonna find out, new. I'm gonna be going there and going nowhere no more. I used to be a hot girl in these streets, child. I done calmed down.
How far apart in time do you guys live from each other, would you say?
About 2 hour drive.
2 hours, yeah.
Oh, okay, that ain't bad.
Mhm. She down there about where I love to go to, child. In that area.
Yep.
Oh, it was something happened down there too. Do y'all have somebody down there shooting at cars on the highway?
Yep.
Military. I seen that shit. I said, "Ooh."
Military person?
I think so. Wasn't it, Newbie?
Yep. That's why I stay my cookies right at home. If I don't have to leave this house, I don't go nowhere. Deanna, I ain't playing with these people.
Oh my
Shoot
goodness.
He shot a few people.
He actually hit
And
people.
he wasn't even from here. Was he Mexican? It was something else to him, Newbie. What was it?
I don't know because it was that, and then it was the guy that shot the cop. He was an ex-cop, and his girlfriend was dating the cop. Did you hear about that?
No, I thought you were finna say the one of he either was a convict or military, and he was over here or something. They said he came over. I think this boy, he was foreigner. He came over here and he wasn't supposed to be over here. Said they had sent him back one time, but he ended up coming back. He was the one who was supposed to be shooting at random cars.
It's always something going on. This used to be my safe space, not anymore. It is just, it's wild. It's every day you hearing something.
Yeah, everywhere he is. And I said Mississippi is worse, baby. They worse than half of these niggas. I guess all of them come from here any damn way, but damn.
Right. It's a mess.
That's all I had to say. I had to hear it to see it new I hadn't heard about that because I know this shit was down her way. Somewhere up in there. I want to say, no, it wasn't Natchez. It was down there in Philadelphia or what's before you get to Philadelphia?
You got, depending on which way you coming, you got Union.
Between Louisville and Philadelphia.
God, it just went out of my head.
Call that little town. It's a little town that you shoot through it so fast. Where that little gas station at on the corner and stuff. That's Louisville still, all right. So it's past that. But anyway, it was somewhere up in there, honey. He was shooting on the cars that was going towards Philadelphia. On the highway. Yeah, he was pretty tough. But honey, that's all that's going on. Go dig up y'all some about them deep freezers, child, so we can hear about it later.
Right. You know, I'm probably be drinking my little wine. I might hit the live and talk to y'all while I'm cooking.
Okay. I'll be over
All
here
right.
talking shit.
Well, you know you always welcome. But thank you, Ronnie Q, for letting me come up. I enjoyed this. I
I
always enjoy when I can catch you live, honey. It don't happen too often because I am a vampire. But
I
I
enjoyed
have
it as
enjoyed
well.
it thoroughly. I will talk to you ladies later on. I'm back in the chat.
All right, it was good talking to you guys.
All
Deanna,
right, Renegade Q. Talk
I'm
to you later,
I'm
girl.
a I'm gonna drop that link one more time so you can catch it right now.
Okay.
Go back in there. That's Property Bonafide Live, you guys. Okay, there it is. Okay, so have a good one, Deanna. Okay, she's gone. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to present to you guys, I said I was going to do a little politics. We're going to politic a little bit right now. Uh, Here we go, right here. I don't know if you guys um, are up on these things. Where is I think it's this one. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think it's this one. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna play this for you guys, and I'm just gonna play one thing for you guys. I know that you may have saw Kamala do an interview on Fox News. So I'm gonna they're trying to portray her as the angry black woman, and so we are going to uh, look at this, and this is the I came through to hear Ronnie Q sing, I'm your private dancer, dancing for money. Do what you want me to do. I'm your private. If Oh my God, if you guys don't go over there and hear all of this I'm your private dancer that Stump Down be over there doing, it's a lot. I'm your private dancer. Okay, thank you for coming over, everybody, for coming over. So I know we're on the different I you know listen. Um I'm gonna share this with you guys. So if you don't understand, there's a lot. There's a lot. Okay. There is Trump saying he's gonna incite some law from the 17 something to be able to. Okay, let one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Let's see. Let's see this. Okay, let me put up my banner because this is not my video. I am using this as a part of fair use. I'm using this as fair use under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 for teaching, scholarship, research, and criticism. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link to this gentleman. If you're not familiar with him, he does a great show. Okay, here we go. Let me give you his link. First of all, it's Reese Waters. If you guys are not familiar with Reese Waters, he's a comedian, and he does a lot of recaps of the things that are going on in the news. So here is yes, I did. Yes, I did, Cruiser. I sure did. Did you get the interview I sent of the man who regretted the January 6th riot? Okay, yes, I did. I love Reese Waters. So a lot of people are saying that she presented herself as the angry black woman. So he had a side-by-side clip of what was actually said to her, asked of her, and then exactly. Now, do know that he what is his name? Brett Baer came out the day after and said that it was a mistake. They played the wrong clip. So, in watching this, how is he saying that they played the wrong clip the next day? And he was upset because they played the wrong clip. At no juncture in this do you hear him say, "Oh, well, we got the wrong clip." No, he tries to justify what he's saying. So, if he played the wrong clip, let's watch this for a second.
47th president of the United States. Why is that happening?
This is an election for president of the United States. It's not supposed to be easy.
I know, but
It's not supposed to be. It is not supposed to be a cakewalk for anyone.
So are they misguided, the 50%?
Listen,
are they stupid? What
oh,
is
God,
it?
I would never say that.
Okay, so he said, are they 50% of the electoral vote seems to be going to Trump. So are they misguided? Are they stupid? So he's trying to bait her into saying something negative about the people who are not on her side. But what does she say?
That about the American people. And in fact, if you listen to Donald Trump, if you watch any of his rallies, he's the one who tends to demean and belittle and diminish the American people. He's the one who talks about an enemy within, an enemy within, talking about the American people, suggesting he would turn the American military on the American people.
We asked that question to the former president today. Harris Faulkner had
We asked that question to the president. Okay, so let's see if we hear Harris Faulkner ask him that question. Okay, so this is her answer. This is his answer to say, we asked that question. You didn't have to ask that question. You could have just simply played that clip. See, because Harris Faulkner alleged town hall with him with women voters went on before this interview. And let's drill down on that Harris Faulkner town hall that was with women voters, but it was not in fact with just a town hall. It was organizations that were Trump loyalists who put on that event. They were actually had invitations out on Facebook saying that they was going to be hosting him, and then they scrubbed their websites and their Facebook pages and saying, "Oh, well, we're happy to go to this town hall meeting." So, in fact, these people were actual loyalists and who put the function on that they presented as a town hall meeting. Let's be clear. You don't believe me? I will find the news item that shows where they scrub being the host of him to going to a town hall. So now he said we asked Harris Faulkner about this. I hope you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? My money was good when Trump was in office, unlike this trick. Okay, so when Trump was in office, most people were under a lockdown. You have to remember that as well. Okay, so you must have worked from home most of that administration. But I'm just gonna play this. I just gotta play this. So maybe he'll let another pandemic sweep the nation, and your money can be good as well.
town hall, and this is how he responded.
I heard about that. They were saying I was like threatening. I'm not threatening anybody. They're the ones doing the threatening. They do.
Okay, they're the ones who are doing the threatening. But he cannot be specific in any threat that they have done. And can any of you be specific in any threatening that the Harris ticket has done? Okay, let's continue.
Phony investigations I've been investigated more than Alphonse Capone. He was the greatest gangster. No, it's true.
I've been investigated more than Alphonse Capone. He was the greatest guy. And then Harris Faulkner chimes in so he won't finish this idiotic sentence. Al Capone was the greatest guy, a mobster who slaughtered many people in the streets. This was the greatest guy. Let's continue.
But think of it. It's called weaponization of government. It's a terrible thing.
We asked that question.
Okay, so that's his clip he played. Now he says we asked that question. I didn't hear
the former president.
I didn't hear a question asked. What question was asked? Let's be clear. He's trying to present as if this was an answer to the question about them saying bad things about him. Let's go back a second.
Today, Harris Faulkner had a town hall, and this is how he responded.
I heard about that. They were saying I was like threatening. I'm not threatening anybody. They're the ones doing the threatening. They do phony investigations. I've been investigated more than Alphonse Capone. He was the greatest gangster. No, it's true. But think of it. It's called weaponization of government. It's a terrible thing.
We asked that question to the former president today. Harris Faulkner had a town hall, and this is how he responded.
Okay.
I heard about that. They were saying I was.
Okay. So now on the left, you see what they played, and on the right, you see the actual full answer. So I want you to compare and contrast what was presented to the Fox viewer and what he actually said, and why she said what she said after he tried to pull this fake clip over on her. Okay, here we go. Same thing.
It's like threatening. I'm not threatening anybody. They're the ones doing the threatening. They do phony investigations. I've been investigated more than Alphonse Capone. He was the greatest gangster. No, it's true. But think of it. It's called weaponization of government. It's a terrible thing.
Kamala Harris has said you sounded unhinged, and unchecked power is in our future. What do you say about that?
I thought it was a nice presentation. I wasn't unhinged. You know what they are? They're a party of sound bites. Somebody asked me, can they be brought together? You know, I never thought really, I wasn't thinking like they could, because they're very, very different. And it is the enemy from within, and they're very dangerous. They're Marxists and communists and fascists, and they're sick. I use a guy like Adam Schiff because they made up the Russia hoax. It took 2 years to solve the problem. Absolutely nothing was done wrong, et cetera, et cetera. They're dangerous for our country. We have China, we have Russia, we have all these countries. If you have a smart president, they can all be handled. The more difficult are, the Pelosi's, these people, they're so sick and they're so evil. If they would spend their time trying to make America great again, it would be so easy to make this country great. But when I heard about that, they were saying I was like threatening. I'm not threatening anybody. They're the ones doing the threatening. They do phony investigations. I've been investigated more than Alphonse Capone. He was the greatest gangster. No, it's true. But think of it. It's called weaponization of government. It's a terrible thing.
So,
Brett, I'm sorry, and with all due respect, that clip was not what he has been saying about the enemy within that he has repeated when he's speaking about the American people. That's not what you just showed.
He was asked about that specific...
No, that's not what you just showed. In all fairness and respect to you.
That was the question that we asked him.
You didn't show that, and here's the bottom line. He has repeated it many times, and you and I both know that. And you and I both know that he has talked about turning the American military on the American people. He has talked about going after people who are engaged in peaceful protest. He has talked about locking people up because they disagree with him. This is a democracy. And in a democracy, the president of the United States, in the United States of America, should be willing to be able to handle criticism without saying he'd lock people up for doing it. And this is what is at...
Okay, so let's be clear. You saw it with your own eyes. Party of sound bites. meat kettle. So you actually saw what his answer was, and he said the same thing in his answer. But you see how they trimmed around his alleged answer to the question of her saying something bad about him when she only repeated of the truth that he said out of his own mouth, that Brett Baer knew he had said out of his own mouth. You see how they cut around it to leave all of the same things she had already said about him out of this clip. And then then they spend all the rest of the night and the morning talking about how she's some angry black woman because she told him the truth. Was she supposed to just let that lie stand? Because they got busted. And now you have the whole clip of what he said. He doubled down, called Pelosi, Adam Schiff's names out in particular as targets. Okay, so let's be real clear. That's all I have to say about that. I have dropped the link in the chat so you guys. Reese Waters does an excellent show. You may want to go over there and check him out and watch this whole little clip. The clips, he does a lot of clips. They're like 15 minutes long about the day's news and that type of stuff. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so let me let you see what other types of things that he is really kind of setting up for, taking unilateral power, suspending the Constitution, all of these things that he is jimming up to take away all our liberties based upon fallacies and enacting the laws from 17 something to scare people that, oh, I have to get rid of these immigrants who are in here. But actually, this law from the 1700s says that you can only enact this law if it is a criminal body that's coming in. Like, say, if you have a whole lot of, like when in Pearl Harbor is the example that they use. When all of these attackers came in and attacked actually in Hawaii, that is a criminal element that is actually coming in to harm your government. And then they were able to simply enact this law. But Donald Trump is saying he's going to enact this law to get rid of all the undocumented immigrants who are here, who are not Japanese fighters who are attacking a Navy facility. Let's be clear. Okay, maybe I can't be as clear as the actual clip can be. Let me show you guys this. This is interesting. I think I'm just trying to give you information about what you hear come out of his mouth and exactly how detrimental it is going to be to your freedoms. So I just want you to understand some things that you are hearing, that it may not mean much to you on hearing him just say these things, but understand what these things are legally imply. Here we go.
What he's closing with. Here's what he said, though, about one of the ways he's going to stop an invasion that is not taking place. But play this clip.
To expedite the removals of these savage gangs, and I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Think of that. 1798. This was put there. 1798. That's a long time ago, right? to target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil. Who would have ever thought that a president or future president would ever have to stand here and say such things? Who would think that that's even possible to have to do?
Yeah, who would even think that it is possible that someone would be saying we need to go back to some of the darkest days that we learned about in law school and history class, and bring back that based on Donald Trump's lies that Colorado is now occupied and being taken over by gangs. That's not to say that there aren't issues that need to be addressed. Of course there are. And frankly, violent crime was higher under Donald Trump. But the framing that he creates is one also that he uses specifically these words invasion, occupy, because those are the language that's found in the Alien and Seditions Act. And that's what he's being advised by people like Stephen Miller in order to suspend our Constitution. Let me just show you one other thing that he said at that same speech, because part of the Alien Enemies Act and Alien Sedition Act is also involves shutting down the media if you criticize the commander-in-chief for the implementation of these steps to basically remove people or lock people up, round people up, throw them in camps on the basis of ancestry. You criticize them, you go to jail as the press under the Alien Enemies Act. Here, play this clip.
So they're asking, but think of this. So CBS gets a license, and the license is based on honesty. I think they have to take their license away. I do.
Donald Trump was too afraid to sit for an interview.
Okay. So understand exactly what he's proposing. He's trying to enact this act that is to be used for foreigners coming in and actually invading and trying to topple the U.S. But he wants to put it on these criminal migrant organizations and this, that, and the other. And CBS, their license should be taken. Why should their license be taken? Because you were too scared to sit down for an interview because they said that they would fact check you. And then you demanded an apology for something that interview that you did with them for 6 years ago, over 6 years ago, where you said that the interviewer said something she did not say, and she would not apologize because you said she owed you an apology. So now all of a sudden, because you were too afraid to sit down with this interview because they said they would fact check you, now all of a sudden you're calling for their license to be removed. And this is one of the things that this 1796 act that you want to enact would allow. So let's be clear exactly what he's doing. See, you guys don't these are attorneys. Both of these men are attorneys. They had to study this. We ain't had to study this. We just hear him bolstering some shit out of his mouth. But here are the real ramifications of the things he's bolstering out of his mouth. Let's continue. The link is pinned, Cruiser.
With 60 Minutes. He was too scared to sit down and be asked questions outside of his Fox bubble, where Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham will say to him, "Oh, so you're the funniest guy. You're the strongest guy ever." And Vice President Kamala Harris gave an interview, and now Donald Trump saying, "I'm going to shut down CBS." He said he's going to shut down NBC. He said he's going to shut down Google because he doesn't like the searches that have mean stories about him. Popak, what's the Alien Enemies Act? What's the Alien Seditions Act? Yeah. How dangerous is it that he's just invoking that right now? As Vice President Kamala Harris says, let's go forward. Trump saying, you know what? 1798 is where we really need to be. Alien and Sedition.
Yeah, it is. Let me give the framework for this, and then I'm going to dive right into the Alien Enemies Act and the Alien Sedition Act of 1798. But it's all part of a pattern that we're watching play out, and we're calling out here on Legal AF and the Midas Touch Network. Recall that Donald Trump, and this is in the Jan 6 report and in Special Counsel Jack Smith's superseding indictment against Donald Trump, and we're going to talk about more about that a little bit later. Recall that there was a now fateful meeting in the White House in December after the election, but before Jan 6th, in which Sidney Powell, Overstock.com guy, Patrick Byrne, Giuliani, and Donald Trump were actively considering suspending the Constitution, declaring martial law, and issuing an executive order that was drafted but not signed, but almost was, to seize voting machines as part of martial law and lifting of due process in the streets. That is chapter 1 of the book. Chapter 2 of the book is that when, and this is also in the Jan 6 committee report and also part of the evidence against Donald Trump that has now been more revealed in the filing by Jack Smith, is the conversation with Jeff Clark. Not Jeff Clark, DOJ Jeff Clark, but Jeff Clark being questioned by one of the aides for Donald Trump. And they said, if he doesn't do peaceful transfer, Donald Trump, and turn over the reins of power to Joe Biden as required on the 20th of January, there's going to be rioting in the streets. To which Jeff Clark very glibly and very callously, but very menacingly said, that's what the Insurrection Act is for. So they...
Okay. So now you hear that they had planned to do all of these things, had done everything but written it up. And so if they... so it seems as if they wanted to seize voting machines prior to the election being certified when they were in power. And it is very clear that there has been a lot of plays ran. So a lot of these precincts won't be certified. This seems to be their playbook for this election, not certifying a lot of elections in different precincts all over the United States. So they're going with the non-certification of votes right now because they don't have power. So so you see what he had planned to do, and then if you do this, it's going to be rioting in the streets. Well, that's what the Insurrection Act is for. They had a whole playbook ready to go on this, but what happened? Mike Pence wouldn't play ball. Okay, so let's finish this up. Okay.
They understand. Donald Trump may have fell asleep during social studies where he was taught, or history, about the U.S. Constitution, but he's been spoon-fed the worst parts of it to use against the American people. Let me make this clear. So I don't want to mince words. He's talking about using the U.S. Army and the U.S. military against Americans on U.S. soil in violation of the Posse Comitatus Act. This is Donald Trump. He's talking about suppressing, crushing dissent in the streets of Americans exercising their First Amendment right under the use of the Insurrection Act. He's talking about suspending due process and habeas corpus, meaning that the ticket you have to get out of a secret prison and get brought before and arraigned before a judge. That's the habeas corpus proceedings. He would suspend habeas corpus and he would declare martial law. So you got troops running through the streets, right, in order for him to have, if he's ever gets anywhere near the White House again. Now, for me, standing on the shoulders of all of that terrible dictatorship, fascism, use of our Constitution and laws around it, is his declaration about the Operation Aurora, because he happened to be in Aurora, Colorado. And when you put up that clip, I mean, just look, it's not even subliminal. Just look at the messaging behind him. End migrant crime, right? Deport illegals now. Hashtag Trump, whatever. End migrant crime, that's a lie. Crime is committed in less percentage and less numbers by people who immigrate to this country, migrant or otherwise, than good old-fashioned Americans. And not by a little, by a lot. Sure, there's an occasional case that's terrible and traumatic about, some person not here on proper status without a driver's license that kills somebody. But multiply that by hundreds and thousands happens every day with people who aren't illegal immigrants or aren't here illegally. Deport illegals now. This is, again, they have no interest at all at a humane, dignified immigration policy. the Republicans, because they need it. They need to scare the crap out of people with the murderous migrant under your bed in order to get you to vote for them. Because if they allow free and fair elections, if they don't rip away or try to crush your right to vote with voter laws and hurdles and registration on voting, on counting and the rest, they'll lose. They'll lose every time if they just let the American people vote. But they don't want to do that. Now, this Alien Enemies Act, which I had to go brush off from yes, I learned about it in law school, and so do you, but I had to go brush up on it. Brennan Center did a nice job on it. The prerequisite for exercising a president's power under the Alien Enemies Act, which is to evict from the country foreigners who are in this country to be spies, or there it is, or to be traitorous to the country, right? You have to have a declaration of war, which only Congress, not the president, can declare. But before there's a declaration of war, the president is allowed, if there's an ongoing incursion into the country, let me just get the exact language. If there is a predatory incursion or an invasion, and those are terms of art that haven't been well defined, the president can act before getting the actual war declaration from Congress. So he gets in day one. He says there's an invasion going on and a predatory incursion. Now that's supposed to be where the enemy, the war enemy, has snuck into the country, like, Japanese bombing Pearl Harbor, and that gives this power to try to expel them temporarily while the war power is exercised by Congress. And that gives tremendous power to the president. That they can put them in secret prisons, they can hold them there indefinitely without due process, they'll never see the light of day, and they can create internment camps. The Alien Enemies Act has been used 3 times in our nation's history, and they're all pretty dark. Starting with 1812, the War of 1812, and ending with World War II. That was the last time it was used by FDR, of all people. And you and I learned about the Karamazov case, which is where the Supreme Court ultimately ruled that it was just fine under the U.S. Constitution and the Alien Enemies Act for a president to order the internment, meaning concentration camps, in America of other Americans. These were not Japanese here after Pearl Harbor who were, spies. These were Americans, Japanese Americans. Your name.
Okay, so the last time they used them was when they put all the Japanese in internment camps after Pearl Harbor. So people act like you are not hearing what this man is saying. So I just want you to, when he says that he wants to enact this 1795 law, this is what it gives him the power to do. And it also gives him the power to shut down the media. It also gives him the power to walk into office day one and declare like there is some emergency war that he doesn't even have to wait for Congress to give him these powers to intern all of these people and anybody who bucks up against what he's doing. And then they will then enact the insurgent law against you and put your ass in jail as well. And then you will lose all of your rights to have a fair trial because he's in charge. He can put you in some dark site somewhere, and who's to say if you're going to even get a trial? See, these are the things that you guys are hearing being told to you out of his own mouth. So you're not going to be able to act like, oh, well, nobody told me this. Oh, well, nobody told me that. Oh, but no, I didn't know that he could. Yes. So you're. I'm just letting you know beforehand the things that he has had already planned to do with not caring, the things that he is telling you he's going to do. You guys act like you don't hear it. So how much money do you think you're going to be making under this presidency? How much money are you going to make under this? So, okay. The choices are yours, of course. I'm just giving you information. That's all I'm doing is giving you information. Okay, so here is the link. I played quite a bit of this. So hey, understand it for yourself. Listen to it for yourself. Look it up for yourself if you don't trust what's being presented to you. But understand that you cannot act like you don't know, because all of this has already been stated in the public out of his own voice. So, with that, uh, let me see what you guys are saying. A 226-year law. I'm just giving you the information. Misunderstood is deaf to what Trump says. She doesn't see or hear no evil when it comes to Trump. Okay. Don't forget the Trail of Tears. Exactly. When when they were the native people to this country. Sedition Act of 1798. Believe him. Okay, so Cruiser, the link is pinned. You asked for the link earlier. I don't know if you still want to come up. But if you want to come up, you can hit the link. Good timely information. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to it's not like this is some secret stuff that you can't see it. Let me okay, here it is. Here you go, Cruiser. You're welcome, Z Sarah. I'm not trying to tell you who to vote for. I'm just trying to inform you on some things. Okay. I'm in and out. Sorry, guys. Okay. I think this is Cruiser up here. Miss Cruiser, is that you?
Yes, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, that was some good timely information. Yesterday I was looking up information on the people who regret being out there January 6th, the people who, were caught, convicted. And I was surprised, and I shouldn't have been surprised at the number of people who didn't even go through their trial. They unalived themselves. I got some of those. So it was a couple of interviews that I actually saved, including the one that I sent you. It's amazing how people follow this man. There was one woman, she just plain out said she said, I was brainwashed. I was brainwashed. And it was one interview where they were saying that it was somebody that was meeting with them from his camp, from Trump's camp. They kept telling them it's going to be fine. Even if you get convicted, we're going to have the judges to overthrow it. And, they kept being told that. And of course, it didn't happen. Those people are serving time, some up to 10 years, some just a few months. Some, like I said, this young man, his name is Matthew, and I can't remember his last name. His family is so upset and blaming everybody but Trump that he unalived himself because he just could not believe that he was about to go through this trial and be arrested. These people, they were brainwashed, and some of them are still. This one lady, she served her, I think it was something like 6 months, and she came out, she's writing a book, and she's bragging that she did her time, and I can't believe how they treated me in there. We had to eat cold bologna sandwiches. Like, prisons was supposed to be a spa for her or something.
She thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's prison, boo. They want to get moved to better conditions. Oh, you want to get moved? Ain't that something? It always tickles me when certain people talk about they want to take our freedoms away, or I did something bad and I went to prison and it was bad conditions. Oh, ain't that something? So we have some people there that didn't do anything, that's falsely accused, and it's been proven and still, being executed and serving time. And to that person who's dropped in the chat who said my money was fine during Trump, of course it was. He inherited good conditions from Obama. Because remember, the first year that a president is in office, they're riding off the policies of the former of the person that they're the successor to, the former president. And so he rode off the first couple of years off Obama policies. And then from there on, it was a pandemic. So who can really judge what was going on? Because there was a whole pandemic that he could have got ahead of, but he chose not to. Now, I know I'm talking a lot this morning. Now, misunderstood, Pastor MU, as I call her. You're kind of inconsistent because I saw your title and I need to get back over to her and see her video. But I recalled early on me and her having a conversation, and she was like, "Oh, I don't support Trump. I'm not voting for him." When I was bringing up, what do you think about January 6th? You think that was okay? What do you think about all these convictions against him? You think he's innocent? And she says then, "Oh, I'm a Republican. I'm just not necessarily for him." But now it seems like she's defending him again. I know that could not be true. That could not be true.
Well, you see, who was that? With the fist, cool out. That's the only thing they talked about was their personal money. They didn't talk about all of the people who died. They didn't talk about that he came in under economy that Barack Obama had stabilized from the brink of the last Republican who had the biggest housing shortage and that he walked into and what he left Trump. See, they just wanted to talk about their personal money being okay. They didn't want to talk about all of the people who lost their lives during that time. Pandemic. They didn't want to converse about that Donald Trump has had given the large tax cut to millionaires and left the nation in the largest debt than any president in history. But see, they don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about their personal pocket change.
Right. And the thing is that, during those years, especially during the pandemic, my money was okay too. Why? Because I couldn't spend none to go nowhere.
Couldn't go.
So I had a lot of savings. Also, because of the type business that I'm in.
Hello, I don't know what type of business, but I think
this pandemic made for a lot of extra work. Mm-hmm. I would give it all back, all of it back, to not have to see the numbers that we saw of people leaving this earth because of the pandemic. I would give it all back, not to have had COVID twice myself. I would give it every penny back. Especially for my daughters to not have, and my son ended up getting it towards it, for my children not to have suffered through the effects of COVID. I give all that money back. So bragging, some idiot asked me, you don't want to go back to 2020? Hell no. Hell no. I don't want to go back and repeat 2020. These people are, like that woman said, she admitted, I was brainwashed. Brainwashed.
Miss Cruiser, did you put up a video of that? Did you do a video about that? Is it on your page? Is what I'm asking.
The regrets of those of January 6th? No, not yet. I was just saving stuff to do it because I'm out here G-hoing, but I do need to stop and do something a little bit more important than North Carolina A&T, but not yet. But I plan to. I was saving videos so that I can, bring to people's attention. This is what you're voting for, and even black men, you're voting for somebody who's looking to go back 226 years when you wasn't even free.
Yeah.
And follow that law. That's who you're looking, because and speaking of people, I was just called male identified, but I know a person who's going to refuse to vote because it's a woman, and it's a woman. But I'm male identified.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna wait till your phone come back.
My phone rate. Hopefully I came back. I'm male identified, but you're willing not to vote at all because you don't want to see this woman of color. You would rather see an orange man than this woman of color. These people, y'all better wake up, because this what it affects y'all. What? So what? He's gonna raise taxes. The people he raising taxes on can't afford it, and some of the folks who complaining, he's gonna raise taxes. You don't pay taxes, no way. Mm-hmm. You get a refund. You don't pay taxes, no way.
Okay, so I want you to stay up here. This is about a 12 second quote. I want to get your input on this. See, because this is something else that just washed over certain people. You have a second?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had it with mute.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
This might be the best boot that Thursday Boots has ever made. Introducing.
I have a piece of video that I'm going to show you in a minute or so that it.
Put a one in the chat if you guys can hear that. I'm going to get right to it. So he's talking about this 12 seconds that Trump is referring to in this video.
Want to know?
Amber Thurman's family have come out on a press call, and they're doing what's called a pre-buttal 2-hour town hall right now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I want to
Get better ratings, I promise.
The name Amber Thurman is probably familiar to most of you watching this, even if you don't know all the details of her story or it didn't immediately ring a bell. You've heard the name in recent history. Her name came up during the vice presidential debate a few times. Tim Walz mentioned her. And if you don't know the story, I will share with you the basics of it from this article published in September on ProPublica by Kavitha Sarana. In her final hours, Amber Nicole Thurman suffered from a grave infection that her suburban Atlanta hospital was well equipped to treat. She'd taken abortion pills and encountered a rare complication. She had not expelled all of the fetal tissue from her body. She showed up at Piedmont Henry Hospital in need of a routine procedure to clear it from her uterus called a dilation and curettage, or DNC. But just that summer, her state had made performing the procedure a felony with few exceptions. Any doctor who violated the new Georgia law could be prosecuted and face up to a decade in prison. Thurman waited in pain in a hospital bed, worried about what would happen to her 6-year-old son as doctors monitored her infection spreading, her blood pressure sinking and her organs beginning to fail. It took 20 hours for doctors to finally operate. By then, it was too late. The otherwise healthy 28-year-old medical assistant, who had her sights set on nursing school, should not have died, an official state committee recently concluded. So, that's the young woman whose family was speaking before Trump's televised event there on Fox News. That's where they're coming from. That's their story. That's Amber's story. And Trump's response to that, as you saw in that 12-second clip, was to kind of chuckle and say, that's nice, when he learned that they were going to be doing an event before his. And then to turn to the audience and say, we're going to get higher ratings, I promise.
Okay. So what do you think about that? That's the only thing that he had to say about that situation, Ms. Cruiser.
Typical Trump. Typical.
Okay.
He don't care.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And there's the link to that. So Georgia is also where a judge overruled that they had to hand count their ballots before they send them to the machine ballot because they knew that it was going to be virtually impossible. And Georgia is also the state that has had over 300,000 people show up to early vote in their first 2 days of early voting, up from 100 and some thousand. It's over 300,000 people who are voting early because maybe Trump didn't take this seriously, but it seems to like Georgia voters. I'm not saying who all these early voters are voting for. But it seems like people are engaged in Georgia.
Ms. Toby said, so sad this was preventable. Listen, Trump is the president of being reactive, if he's going to react at all, rather than proactive. Everything that we seem like so many things that we have suffered in the United States under his reign has been preventable. Something that he could have got in front of.
Mm-hmm. So,
but as a president, he's not forward thinking.
And
he's selfish thinking.
And the only thing that he had to say that this family was doing a rebuttal and going up at the same time as him, we're gonna have better ratings. So forget it. And let's be clear, this was not a authentic town hall. This was a event that these women for Trump had invited him to do, and then they changed the wording around scrub that we are inviting him to this to then lie and say that it was a town hall to try to represent that these were authentic voters or people who were curious to see what he had to say as opposed to being loyal Trumpists. That's all smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors, like those folks he busted into California and left them there.
Left him in the middle of the desert in after his Coachella rally.
But they, some of them are still blinded. They're still asleep. They don't see this. They I don't know. I hope that somebody said that they think, I can't remember who it was, that they think that some black people, I think it was Jay Wilson, that they think that some black men behind the scenes will vote for. They just don't want it to be known out front that they will vote for her. I hope that to be true. I hope that to be true. And it was something. Oh, and he was also talking about, he don't understand how people in his state, with how they are so willing to vote for him, with him saying, "Hey, I'm going to deport your relatives." How people in Texas, support this man, knowing all that he's saying about, immigrants and things like that. But I don't know. I just encourage everybody to make sure that you get out and vote. If go in person if you can. If you can't, go ahead and make sure you get everything in on time. And let's encourage everybody else to vote. Those who on the line, let them know why they need to get off the line and get on out there and make a decision that's going to help them and this whole country.
Exactly. So thank you for coming up, Cruiser. Yeah, I got to talk about this up until election day because
absolutely. And I'm gonna be watching the folk who will be discussing this. I don't care whether I'm beefing with them or not. I will be watching you and everybody else. I think Roman said that he's going to do it 7 days up until the election. I'm looking forward to that. I recall him doing it before. So I'm looking forward to that and everything that you have. Hopefully Jay Wilson will go back to it and we just keep on hammering this thing out until we walk right into victory. What is it? November 5th? November 5th. Mm-hmm. Thank you for letting me up. And once again, we ain't going back. Have a good day.
Have a good day. We are not going back. I thank Deanna. It was a pleasure. Nubiology. It was definitely a pleasure talking with you guys. It was also a pleasure talking to all of you in the chat. I appreciate your input. All of you who stayed around to the end. Stomp Down is always good to see you in the chat. It is always good to see all of you in the chat. I appreciate all of you and all of my supporters. So with that, I'm going to end with this. Don't forget, Very Carey, this Friday is having her finish the lyric competition. There is going to be a cash prize for the person who has the highest score, a cash up prize. So go over there to Very Carey's channel on this Saturday. The flyers are on my wall. And also I'm going to end with this. And thank you guys for being here. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you on the YouTube streets.
Hi, this is Ronnie Q. Please join me on Sunday, October 20th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Fall Christmas Centerpiece Creation Contest. All people must be on time for the contest and we must see you create your centerpiece. Please join us. There will be a winner takes all cash app prize given to the best centerpiece. Your centerpiece can be the theme of simply fall. It can be Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. Please join us on Sunday, October 20th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
They are rare and they are few. Who can compare with Ronnie Q? So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie in the morning while I'm driving. Ronnie Q. I really come alive when it's time for Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie. Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie. It's time for Ronnie Q.
When the gunman